Oh boy, it's a Vancouver sunset. We're back here on Ice Hockey POV to revisit this Future Watch magazine back from 2018, which, as we had highlighted in previous videos, dove into Mitch Marner, Austin Matthews, and William Nylander, the future pieces of the Toronto Maple Leafs. However, in this video, instead of talking about the 2018 guys, let's go out there and talk about the 2019 sneak peek from 1 year beforehand. It's always a fun ride to take a look at the projected top prospects of futures to come. And back in 2018, the 2019 projected top 10 went as follows. At number 1, you had Jack Hughes, who at the time was playing out of the NTDP. At number 2, you had Victoria Grizzlies' Alex Newhook, who of course ended up going to the Colorado Avalanche. At number 3, this is where things get interesting because the projection is actually accurate. You have Kirby Dach, who at the time was playing for the Saskatoon Blades, followed up shortly by Peyton Krebs at number 4. At number 5, you have an unexpected name over here, the Barrie Colts' Ryan Suzuki, followed up by number 6, fellow US NTDP player Cam York. At number 7, you had Alex Turcotte. At number 8, you had Raphael Lavoie, which is a super interesting name from back then. Lavoie was seen as a top-of-the-line guy who inevitably went to the Oilers, but ultimately he was ranked as highly as number 8 back in 2018. At number 9, you have Nolan Foote, and then at number 10, you had Cole Caufield. Now, all of these guys are in a pretty interesting spot when you take a look at where they were ranked a year before the draft and where they actually went. Jack Hughes, of course, ended up actually going first overall to the New Jersey Devils. He was supposed to be the next Patrick Kane. Undeniable vision and creativity. The best player on the U18 scene who overcomes his lack of physical strength with his skating and his smarts. I'd say that those descriptors are pretty accurate for what Jack Hughes has displayed at the National Hockey League level. Next up, Alex Newhook. Canada's best Junior A circuit has seen many special players lately, but Newhook's rookie impact was incredible. He does everything with pace, and he's one of the most dangerous players in the league. At least, he was before his wrist injury. The scout says that his hockey sense is really high. His production as an underager in the league was impressive. Excellent skills. Alex Newhook today is a part of the Montreal Canadiens, and he actually went, I believe it was 17th overall to the Colorado Avalanche. He ended up going a lot later, as did Peyton Krebs and Cole Caufield. In fact, Krebs, I believe, was 16th overall, if I'm not mistaken. Caufield was 15th, drafted by the Montreal Canadiens. Kirby Dach actually did go number 3, and Jack Hughes actually did go number 1. So I guess there is some level of accuracy to these draft picks. Dach, however, ended up going through a bunch of injuries, but he still went 3rd overall to the Chicago Blackhawks. Ryan Suzuki was taken by the Hurricanes, I'm pretty sure it was a little bit later. And then Cam York went in the teens as a Philadelphia Flyers defenseman. Alex Turcotte went over to the LA Kings as a top 5 player, and Bowen Byram was nowhere to be found. Notice the absence of a Capo Caco-like presence on this list as well. Obviously, these 1 year earlier draft preview sneak peeks are always going to be filled with surprises, but when you take a look at some of these names and where they were ranked, it's obvious that we didn't know the full extent of the drafts to be back in 2019. Taking a look at the scouting report for Peyton Krebs, he was the top pick in the 2016 Bantam draft, an offensive driver on talent-thin rebuilding team. With more help, the left winger will be deadly. He is really smart, really skilled, and a good skater. Nowadays, of course, Krebs is with the Buffalo Sabres after being drafted by the Vegas Golden Knights. Newhook went over to Colorado initially, won a Stanley Cup, and then found himself in the Montreal Canadiens. Doc, a Blackhawk, future Hab, Cam York was a Flyer, Raphael Lavoie was an Oiler, Alex Turcotte is still a King, and Cole Caufield was drafted by the Habs too. With all that said, this is obviously a fun look at what could have been out of the 2018 draft season. Taking a look at the 2019 draft 1 year beforehand, let me know your thoughts in the comment section below. This has been the Hockey News Future Watch 2018 Plan the Parade magazine, showcasing the 2019 draft to be 1 year before the draft actually went down. Apologies for the wind. It's kind of getting dark out here, so I got to get this video wrapped up quickly. But how do you feel about the list as a whole? What are your thoughts on the list of names that could have been? And what are your thoughts on these guys as they play NHL or AHL hockey today? This has been Ice Hockey POV, and I'll catch you in the next one.